saw it, dude. Hello everybody, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I hope that you guys all had a fantastic weekend and are ready for another video. Oh, I do want to put a bit of a disclaimer on this video. We will be talking about a little bit of SA, so if that's something that you are uncomfortable listening about, it's not gonna get like graphic or anything really, but if this is just a topic that will be triggering to you, or that's just something you don't even want to listen to, click off of this video. Definitely don't watch it. I don't want anyone to have any sort of bad reaction to any of my videos. I'm trying to be better about putting disclaimers right in my intro. I'm not always great about it, but for this video, I remembered. So that being said, let's jump right into it. Sienna Mae Gomez, who is 19 years old, was born in 2004 she was born and raised in the state of California. As a child, she was a dancer, singer, and performer. Sienna gave very much like Visco vibes on her Instagram, like very tropical, beachy, kind of an aesthetic, which makes a lot of sense because she lived in California, but her content, like even when she was younger on Instagram, was very nicely like curated. So she always had an eye for that and was good at social media. When Sienna was 16 years old, she downloaded TikTok and she started posting videos. And I remember she's a dancer and a performer. So when TikTok first got popular, it really was like the dancing app. So she was perfect for it. Sienna's TikToks really blew up like right away. At least that's how it looks, because I scrolled all the way to the bottom of her TikTok and like the first video that she has was the one that blew up and did really well. So I'm just kind of assuming that she blew up right away. In the next video, she says like, oh, I meant to make this private or like just so my friends could see it. That's not to say that she didn't have like 15 to 100 other videos that she posted that flopped and didn't do well, and then she just went back and deleted them later. I don't necessarily know, but I'm just saying from the looks of it, it looks like she blew up right away on TikTok. Now she's done brand deals with Maybelline, Ipsy, Levi's, is it Aerie or Ari? I'm not totally sure. Reebok and Grubhub. So a lot of heavy hitters. She's also been on Access Hollywood, British Vogue, as well as BuzzFeed. So for such a young age, very successful and like promising career. However, in 2021, Sienna was accused of assaulting Jack Wright. Now, Jack Wright is 20 years old. He was born in 2003 in Riverside County in California. So again, another like beachy, visco-y kind of a guy. He ran track in high school, I believe, and also did the high jump. He has social media posts where he's doing the high jump and like pole vault, I believe. And it's in his TikTok a few times as well. He, like I said, too, gave off like visco, beachy vibes, but him too, raised in California, so it makes sense. Jack also downloaded TikTok in his teens, and then he also ended up blowing up on the app, like got huge. Honestly, like his first videos really were just him being goofy at school with his friends. Like they were very fun and carefree and like really kind of cute to watch, because it's like, yeah, that's what TikTok was for a lot of people in the beginning, was just making videos at school and being goofy. Like that's kind of how Charli D'Amelio started as well, just making funny videos with her friends. And like, I think that's so cute and wholesome, honestly. Eventually, Jack joined the Hype House, and Sienna Mae was as well. They made a lot of TikTok videos together, and people thought that they were in a relationship, and so people were constantly trying to figure out what the deal was with them. And then them being on the show sort of escalated those rumors a little bit more, or not escalated, yeah, escalated them just a little bit more. Honestly, I watched the Hype House show. Did it suck? Yes. Am I waiting for a season 2? Also, unfortunately, yes, I am. But it really did look like the two of them possibly had a thing. They were constantly like trolling their viewers, where they would almost kiss in a video and then not kiss. They were very touchy-feely with each other, and it was like both of them did it. So people were convinced that they had a relationship behind the screen as well.
What's your favorite thing about each other?
I don't have one. I'm just kidding.
Probably her range of smells. So like first, tuna. Yo, that's my favorite. That's one of my.
So Sienna and Jack in their videos were very touchy-feely. He would like lift her up, she would wrap her arms around him. For all intents and purposes, it genuinely looked like they were a couple in real life. And honestly, I went back and watched a lot of their videos, and I was like, yeah, I totally see why people thought that. I wasn't on like the Hype House side of TikTok at this time, so I didn't really see these videos. But after like doing a little bit of research and whatnot, I was like, yeah, it totally looks like they were a couple. However, on January 20th, 2022, Jack posted his What Sienna May Did to Me video on YouTube, and as of like this morning, Tuesday morning, when I looked, it has 22,737,648 videos. So I'm gonna show you snippets of his video where he talks about instances that happened with Sienna, because I want you to hear his version of events from him so you get an accurate description of what he says happens.
I've sat down many times trying to do this. It's been very hard. I want to start off by saying, I just want to say thank you guys so much for your support and for giving me time. I wanted to share what I went through with Sienna and my side of the story. This all started when my friend came out with a tweet because he was worried about me. He actually witnessed a bunch of times what Sienna did to me. After Mason's tweet, their family reached out to our family, told Mason to take down his tweet, and he did. We wanted to settle it offline. Our families and our lawyers got together. My statement was confirming the tweet. It was the truth, and basically that we're handling it offline now. Sienna posted her own version of the statement and said she was going to handle it offline. After that, she basically posted an 8-minute video invalidating my feelings, saying untrue stuff about me, about my friend and my brother. I think the most hurtful thing is that what she did to me, she said it was untrue. That hurt a lot. After that video, another one of my friends came out with the video when I was at a party, like passed out on the couch. When they told me about what happened, they said they pulled her off of me. My twin, a friend, and another friend got in an argument with Sienna saying, "You can't do that. Jack doesn't like you like that." That night she posted a 15-part aggressive video gaslighting everything about what happened, how much she loved me, and that I was using her for clout, which was all lies. It was typical gaslighting to a victim. It was, why didn't you stop hanging out with me? Why didn't you tell me in the first place? Someone who explained it perfectly is this guy on TikTok. He posted a video and it was just, he explained everything perfectly.
Is a trauma that you have to process, and sometimes you have to process it alone because an entire society is against you as a man. Sienna, I've watched the video exactly of what happened, the video evidence that I've seen over and over and over again, and you say his hand moves. His hand moves because it falls off of his friend's back. Your hand is on his crotch. It is not on his upper thigh. He was unconscious. You did a bad thing, and I know you are trying to right it in every way you can because of the account that you have and the following that you have and the life that you're currently living, but I need you to just do us all a favor and admit what you did was wrong. I don't care how touchy-feely your relationship was prior to or after that moment, but just know that he did not speak up and he did not act any different because he knew a society would be against him as it is. And now that everybody's seen the truth, you just attacked in a way that is supposed to be an apology or righting the wrong. What you're doing is manipulating right now. Any sane person knows that they wouldn't have to go on multiple platforms to post something like this, and they wouldn't be getting angry in the videos that are supposed to be addressing and apologizing. I know you've got a lot to lose, and I know you've got a lot to live for, but here's the truth. You getting worked up because people are trying to get the truth out of you does not make it right to get shitty in a video. Just know that the truth will prevail, and your bullshit lies will come out.
I think his video was one of the reasons why I was okay and was able to not come out with like an aggressive statement like her. I was able just to, I knew the truth. I knew what she did to me. Sienna and I met 4 years ago in high school. She was dating my good friend. And basically it did not turn out well. She cheated on him 2 times and it kind of like created this whole problem in our friend group. I'm the type of guy that's all for like second chances with people, and I always try to see the good in people. I was in the Hype House. I was going back and forth from LA, and Sienna had just gone viral on a couple videos. She reached out to me and basically asked if I want to do an interview with her in LA, and I said of course. We hung out, reconnected. I showed her around the Hype House, introduced her to all my friends, and I was happy for her, and we just had fun hanging out. I just want to clarify that we both knew that we were just friends. She was seeing and talking to other guys in LA all the time, and I just thought of her as a good friend. We were making videos, we were making dance trends, we had fun. It was just strictly friends, and we both knew that. At this point, nothing inappropriate was happening between us. We were just friends, everything was fine. This next part of the video is very difficult for me to talk about. I've been wanting to talk about it for a long time. So the first incident where Sienna crossed boundaries, it was after filming. We went into the room. I was just chilling on my phone on the bed, and she got naked, like completely naked, nothing on, and straddled me when I was literally just chilling on the bed. But I didn't know what to do in like the situation because it was just like random and weird. Quickly told her, Sienna, get off. We're just friends. Stop. They're trying to make out with me. They're like just doing a bunch of things to me. And I kept on saying, Sienna, stop, get off. I didn't want to like be like aggressive. I didn't want to hurt her, you know? So I pulled her off of me, and it took like a couple tries because I didn't want to be like too rough. And I went out of the room, and that was like the end of it. The next morning, where she was like, I'm so sorry for doing that. I don't know what went through my head. I had to clarify again that I didn't like her that way. We were just friends. She said sorry, that was it. After that, these type of things kept happening. She would do something, and I would forgive her, and she said it wouldn't happen again, and we would go on and making fun videos. After all those type of things kept on happening, the Hawaii incident happened where I was passed out unconscious almost like the whole night. She got on top of me, took advantage of me, groped me. I'm so glad they pulled her off of me, and honestly, I'm glad that they have evidence. After Sienna found out about the video, she said sorry. She said if this got out, she would be done, that it's horrible, and she's working on boundaries, and she was seeking therapy. And shortly after, there was a party. I was taking pictures with a couple other girls. We took a picture, Sienna came in, started screaming at me, got mad at the girls, told me to come to her room to talk to me. She started screaming at me, and I was like, Sienna, there's no reason for you to be mad when you're getting with other guys in LA. I can't just take a simple picture with a couple girls. That's when she pulled me in and grabbed me and tried to make out with me, and I got pissed and told her to leave. I wanted to stay at the party, and she kind of had already been yelling at every single person in the party. So two friends wanted to take her home, and while the car was moving, she jumped out of the car, rolled, and said, I have to get back to Jack. So I ran back to the house, and I was like hiding from her, and I was just waiting for her parents to finally pick her up. Looking back now, I don't know why I stayed friends with her, stayed around her. I truly thought she was gonna change for some reason. I feel like she'd say she had so much love for me and that she truly cared for me, and then the next night she would do something like that. She knew I had those boundaries. So when I was at my most like vulnerable state, like when I was arguing, getting heated, or when I was asleep or passed out, that's when she would take advantage of me, because she knew I was at my most vulnerable state. When I'm awake, I hated it. I hated that touch. I hated any intimacy with her because I knew we were just friends. I didn't want that from her. And especially with like the past couple things she did, I didn't want anything to do with that. Over the next couple of months, I was stuck in this toxic cycle. I was stuck with her crying to all my friends, saying that I didn't like her back, and why don't I like her back? And she would get mad at me for not caring about her as much as she cared about for me, but she'd also be doing these things to me. I would go see other guys in LA, so it was like, couldn't win at all. I couldn't get out of this. She would constantly come to my house, remember my door codes. It got to the point where I had to like start screaming at her to like get out of my house, because I was so sick of her just like breaking into my house. I would wake up and see her car just sitting outside at like 2 a.m. She would break into my house, and when I was sound asleep, she'd come to my room and I'd wake up to her hand in my pants, and it wasn't like the only time it happened too. I was so like used to it. I was so used to it that I don't know, it was just like normal for me that I didn't think there was such like a problem at all. Like part of me wants to blame myself for being nice and sticking around after so many times. But now I realize that I was stuck in this like manipulative cycle of her acting like she extremely cared about me, and then that night she would do stuff to me, and it was just so normal for me. I got used to it, which sucks. I feel like no one should have to go through. It's weird. I almost felt like I owed it to her for some reason. I don't know why. Like I felt like she had this like control, like this power over me. It was all, I don't know. I was like stuck. And I feel like you should never have to like worry about like falling asleep and waking up to terrified for some reason, which you shouldn't be from like a person. One night she started ripping off my clothes, touching my crotch area, trying to make out with me. I mean, it was just like same old. I'd say, Sienna, stop, go back to the couch, Sienna, stop. So I like locked the door, she was trying to get in, and I literally just slept on the floor, and she finally went to bed. It's like very awkward the next morning, and she'll say sorry, and I'm like, Sienna, this happens so many times, like, you do not respect boundaries. You just, oh my God. So my dad was born and raised in Hawaii, so we planned a trip to the beach house my dad grew up on in Hawaii. And Sienna's family basically planned the same trip on the same dates. They left a couple days before us, and we were supposed to leave on a certain date. But I didn't want to leave because she already left to go back home, and I did not want to be at home with her because I know she'd find a way to start hanging out with me again. So my mom got a text from Sienna's mom saying that Sienna is on a plane taxiing right now. Hearing that she was coming back, it was like, this cycle is never gonna end. It's like, it's gonna be like this forever. That's what it felt like. She was always gonna make her way back towards me. She wasn't respecting my space at all. She knew I wanted my space. There's another time I went to Hawaii with a couple friends for like my trip, and she kind of found a way to get on that trip. And we went to a party one night. She got mad that I was talking to some girls, and she took me into the bathroom to talk to me, saying that she wanted to leave. She was blocking the door, so like I couldn't just like throw her out of the way. All I had was, stop, Sienna, don't do that. If I come out, she will like scream at me in front of everyone and think that I did something. I mean, I feel like no one believes a male, especially in like that type of situation. But yeah, she was on the counter and wrapped her legs around me and started like, let me out of the bathroom. Yeah, just weird stuff. That night we went home, made sure we had like different rooms to stay in. And I got in the shower, and she picked the lock of my door. I made sure to lock the doors, but she picked the lock and walked in. I was in the shower. All I heard was just like the door opening. And that's when I was just done. I screamed at her, told her to get out. She started crying. She went and slept in my bed. And I went to my friend's trundle bed that was like upstairs. And that's how like the night ended. So now we're caught up to when everything went public, when Mason posted his tweet. Since everything was brought to social media, multiple guys came out to me and said that Sienna did similar things to them. And basically I'll show the text right now. I asked all of them for permission to post, crossed out all their names. We don't want her to hurt anybody else. We don't want anyone to go through that experience. At the time, it feels humiliating. You feel like you have no power. You have no control in the situation. You feel, I don't know, it's horrible. I just want to start off by saying that I didn't stay silent in the situation over these last couple months. I talked to my friends, my family, my parents, counselors, and I was able to process everything. I don't think I'll ever be the same person I was before Sienna.
So the tweet that really started this whole situation was tweeted by Mason Rizzo 3 on Twitter at the time, now X. But Mason was a good friend of Jack and his brother James. So here's his tweet. I'll put it up on the screen so that way you guys can read it. The tweet was later deleted because lawyers ended up getting involved and they wanted to handle it like off screen and privately. But Sienna and Jack both ended up releasing statements. I'll have those on the screen. You can pause to read those as well. Now, Jack did talk to his parents as well as counselors in order to receive some like mental health help to help him get through the situation. And basically the overall message from his video was like, if you are a victim of any kind of assault, you should speak up and tell a trusted person in your life what happened to you. So he really was like advocating for victims to break their silence and to come forward if they've experienced any type of abuse. Sienna wrote in a blog post, "As someone I loved and still love, I'm devastated that he made me sound crazy and twisted so many things out of context in his most recent video, to the point of literally painting me into the loud, crazy, overly sexualized stereotype that people try to use on young, especially Latina women." Genuinely from his video, which I do have his video tagged. I've got a bunch of videos tagged in the description box down below. Definitely check them out because I don't have the full video in my video. So go watch those as well so you get, again, a full picture with evidence and whatnot. His video did not come across that way. He didn't make her seem like she was an overly sexual type of person. He just made it sound like in these instances, this is where I felt uncomfortable and I told her to stop, but she didn't. She didn't respect my boundaries. She didn't respect me. I kind of think the whole loud, crazy, overly sexualized stereotype, I don't think that's how he made her come across. And if he did, that just wasn't the vibe I got. But I really do encourage you guys to watch his video and leave a comment down below with how you feel about that, because I want to know what you guys think. If I'm picking up the same things that you are, or if I'm not, I'm interested to know. So Sienna's last TikTok video was posted on January 9th, and then she went totally silent like after Jack uploaded his "What Sienna May Did to Me" video on January 20th, and then from that time her last Instagram post was from January 17th. And then in May 28th to be exact, Sienna made a return to social media. She posted a video on Instagram and TikTok with the caption, "She lives." Okay, so I'm going to show you her. A lot of people call it like her apology video. I don't know that I see it that way, but I'm going to play it. However, there is copyrighted music, so I gotta cut that out, but this video is linked down below as well.
To take a month off of social media due to the negativity surrounding my platform. It was honestly one of the most difficult times in my life for many reasons, but through struggle, I found clarity within myself and with who I want to surround myself with. My purpose in this life is to create, and whether that's silly TikTok dances or showing unedited photos of myself, creating and inspiring is what fulfills me. I know that this is why God and the universe have given me this platform. I preach self-love, but that takes time and patience. Now, more than ever, I feel proud of the person that I am. Even if I can only inspire one person, I will have done what I was put on this earth to do. We're all learning and growing, and more than anything, I'm beyond thankful for my family, friends, partnerships, and supporters. There's a song by Sam Smith that I think a lot of people my age can relate to. I hope this can inspire you.
So the song playing is Dominic Fike's song Cancel Me. Sienna was heavily criticized for coming back to social media amid all the allegations. I mean, this happened in January, and then in May she was posting again. A lot of people felt like she should have taken more time off and not really come back to social media because nothing really happened a ton in that span of time. They felt like it was too soon for her to come back, that she never really said much in her own defense. She didn't actually apologize to Jack. So anyways, a lot of people heavily criticized her for this move. There's a difference between canceling someone and not supporting a literal criminal. One comment with over 16,000 likes read on a video by King Asante, "Why is she joking about her being canceled about something so serious?" said another. That was just a little bit of the criticism that she got. Sienna did upload a response video, and I think she uploaded it not long after Jack's What Sienna May Did to Me video. The only reason I think that is because she's very defensive and adamant that she didn't do anything. And I know I said like she quit posting after Jack's video came out, and she did on TikTok and Instagram, but this was a YouTube video, and I think that her addressing false allegations video was shortly after he posted his video with all the allegations of what she did and whatnot, because in the video she's pretty defensive, but also she kind of shows her side of the story and how she saw things and what happened on like her end. So this video has been deleted, her addressing the fake allegations video, but it's been re-uploaded, so I'm gonna play that for you. But also I do have the person who re-uploaded this video, I have them linked in the description box down below as well. If you'd like to go and watch it there, feel free to do so. I just want to make sure I give credit.
Deny the allegations that I sexually assaulted Jack Wright. It's currently 2 a.m. and I've been listening to everyone around me tell me what to do all day and what I shouldn't say, and I basically just want to come on here because I'm not making an apology video. This is more of a statement. I didn't want to bring this online, as I said in my statement earlier, but this has gotten to a point where my name is being dragged in the mud, and I am going to stand up for myself and tell the truth. I have nothing to apologize for because I did not sexually assault Jack Wright. Jack never confirmed or denied it, which makes the situation even worse because he never denied it, knowing that is not true. The allegations were made in a tweet by Mason of sexual assault. Let me be clear one more time, I did not sexually assault Jack Wright. The claims that he made and that James co-signed are completely false. Over the past few months, Jack and I have been together almost every day, and he never once brought these sexual assault allegations to me in private, which is why I was so confused and in shock when they came out in public. The tweet is now taken down, and James Wright has removed all of his retweets, which I think says enough in itself. Let me be clear one more time. The allegations in Mason Rizzo's tweets are false. It's seriously so uncomfortable, and I hate that I have to disclose this, but Jack and I never had sex. It feels really uncomfortable having to disclose this part of my life to the internet, especially because I'm a 17-year-old girl. For so long, I was strung along and misled by Jack. It's honestly really embarrassing for me because I gave my entire heart and all of my love for 9 months so vulnerably on the internet, and everyone can go and look at these videos and see how invested I was in our relationship. And when I wasn't inconvenienced, when I wasn't around for the video or the TikTok kiss or the TikTok views, I wasn't important to him. But that is not true in my case. I cared about him on a personal level, and I will always have a special place in my heart for him. It's so crazy to me how once a relationship or a friendship has ended, people will turn your very best qualities against you, which I know my very best qualities are the way I love. And that love and that passion is newly regarded as overwhelming. That passion is now newly regarded as possessive or desperate. That is so frustrating to me. And after everything that I did for him and after all the love that I gave him, I feel so stupid. That's the only way I can explain it. I just feel fucking stupid. I never wanted to bring this to the internet in a way that was problematic, and so 2 weeks ago I asked him to film a video with me for my mental health sake because I couldn't move on with everyone thinking that we were still together, and he told me that it wasn't healthy for either of us because he knew that this would mean losing his online girlfriend, even though my mental health was suffering because I wanted to be with him so bad, and he knew that he would never and did not have feelings for me. That's why this has been so confusing to me, because it was real online and then it was sometimes real offline and sometimes it wasn't, which was so misleading and honestly just such a mental mind fuck for me. I was misled and played by him in a relationship that wasn't defined because of him. He never defined the relationship because it was beneficial for him to keep it undefined. And that was a mental game for me because it left me second guessing whether or not there was hope for the future. I never knew, and I will never know if he truly loved me, Even though he told me he did, all I can say is that I was in love with him. He has said hurtful things to me the way I've said hurtful things to him, but in the end, I loved him no matter what. I've seen numerous arguments asking why lie about sexual assault, and this isn't a lie. But it wasn't me who sexually assaulted him. And Jack, I'm so sorry that I have to do this to you and I have to out you like this. And I never, ever, ever would have done this to you if it didn't get to the low point that it did, where my name was literally being slandered left and right. And I'm sorry, but for the one time, I have to protect myself before I protect you. I was trying to be there for the both of us and trying to keep your name and your personal business out of it, but you didn't keep my personal business out of it, knowing damn well that your friends were gonna post those tweets. And I'm sorry, but you know I did not sexual assault you. We both know what happened, and we both know who it was, and we both know that I was not at that gathering that night. I'm so disappointed in you and the people around you because they are letting you misplace your trauma onto me, and I'm so sorry that this happened to you. It's not my place to speak your story, and I will not discuss this any further, but it's not your place to allow false allegations to be spread about me when we both know that I was not the one who did this to you. I was there for you through the aftermath and all those depressive nights and the nights that you had no motivation, and I would go and I would clean your room and I would get you food and I would be there for you as a good friend because I cared about you so much. I'm so sorry that this happened to you, and I really hope you can get through this. Mason, I loved you as a brother, and I'm sorry that I have to do this, but you took it too far, just like you always do. Mason, you posted false claims and you slandered my name, and we all know that none of this is true. Whatever evidence you think you have, either post it or send it to me and I'll post it, because you have nothing. Actually, keep posting things because we both know that's not true, and my legal team is gathering evidence as we speak. I hope you're ready for the real consequences that come from these seriously false allegations. I'm sorry and I loved you, but what you did is so low and unforgivable. Be ready. All I'm gonna say, James, is I'm so surprised that you're so outspoken on an issue that we both know you relate so closely with. It would really suck if a large group of people, including some of my closest guy friends and my brother, had to share the experiences that they've had with you. Saying that I sexually assaulted your twin is very bold, especially coming from you. Don't believe everything you see on social media. These comments that are now resurfacing, I admit they make me look desperate and weird and crazy. If you know the context, it makes it make a little more sense. Jack and I were sitting in the back of a car as we were writing these comments. He was next to me and he had his phone out, refreshing and looking at my comments, and I would be posting them. He would be telling me what to say, and I would be telling him what I'm gonna say, and we were doing this together, and we were both laughing our asses off at this. There are also many other accounts and TikToks that can be taken out of context that look weird now that were fabricated from both Jack and I during the time. And I would just encourage you not to believe everything you see on social media, because a lot of it does have a backstory. The last thing I'm going to address is accusations of people from high school that are now coming out saying that I body shamed them or was rude to them or made them cry, and all these different accusations have me actually very confused. Jack and James both have a lot of mutual friends and are great on the surface level. They are super kind people, have always been the popular kids at school, always super involved in sports, while I was not. I've never been somebody that let my guard down easily. I take a while before I become close with somebody. I never really got too close with anyone at my high school, and I don't remember saying anything or hurting anybody. Although a lot of the experiences and interactions that I've seen using my name are false, if I actually did offend or hurt you, I am so sorry. If you have a problem with me, please feel free to call me, and if you don't have my number, then we don't have a problem. Jack, James, and Mason, I truly loved you, and I'm honestly so sorry that I had to get to this point, because I never would have in a million years imagined that our friendship would have ended like this. But my name is being slandered and dragged through the mud, and I need to defend myself and let people know the truth. I'm sorry to my supporters that have been confused by this, and I'm honestly really sorry that I didn't say anything sooner. Today has probably been one of the worst days of my life, and I'm finally listening to my gut on what feels right to do. I believe you guys deserve to know the truth, and although I'm not a perfect person, I'm working towards becoming the best version of myself, and karma is real.
Sienna went on the BFFs podcast on February 23rd, 2022 to explain her side of things.
So we have this first evidence, the forensic video that we can play. Let's play it. I watched it right before we came on.
The National Center for Audio and Video Forensics was retained to perform an analysis on a cell phone video posted to social media. I was asked if the video can be used as credible evidence of the accusations against Ms. Gomez. In short, no. The posted video is not credible evidence of these accusations. Here are some points that led to this conclusion. Let's discuss the length of the video. It is very short. In fact, it is only about 2.5 seconds. What happened in the moments before this or after this? No one knows, since video before and after these 2.5 seconds was not posted. Certainly, what happens in the seconds immediately before and immediately after this video are very important to understanding what is really going on between Ms. Gomez and Mr. Wright. This video gives us no context at all. The video component of the post that is on social media has been altered from when it was originally recorded. We also know that the audio is not original and has also been altered. Therefore, we don't even know and can't tell what the original video actually looks or sounds like. Now let's also consider what we can see of Ms. Gomez's hand and body position. Her right arm is hanging down by her side. There is almost no bend in her right elbow. If we follow her arm down from her shoulder, past her elbow, and to where it is most likely positioned, it appears to be positioned on the right leg of Mr. Wright. So what does this tell us about the posted video? The video is not original. The video has been heavily altered. The video provides no context to the events. The video is not credible evidence of the accusations against Ms. Gomez.
I feel like that was a bad CSI video.
Yeah,
it's a crazy video. Like, I'm interested to see what people think. My instinct is people are going to be like, that's a guilty video. I agree with what's said in it, but it felt like a bad movie.
One of the things he said was, like that I put my legs around him in a bathroom. And the full story of that was like, we had gone to this party. We were fighting. We got to the party. We were kind of like separated. He was with some guys. I was with the guy. I was like talking to this guy. And he basically walked past me, kind of gave me like the death eye. I was just like, okay, like you're going to be talking to somebody else, you know, would get jealous over these things, which was the confusing part of it, kind of going back to what we were talking about before, because it was like, you're saying, are there any red flags? But like, it was so confusing and so no lines, you know.
Because you guys like weren't dating, right? So you weren't dating, but then you weren't.
We weren't dating, but like.
But why would he get jealous if he had no feelings, right?
Exactly. So he got kind of jealous. I was like, left this other guy, went talked to Jack. I go, can I pull you into the bathroom really quick so we can talk? It was only like private place in the party. Yeah, of course. We go in. Hey, I just want you to know, like, I'm in this for you. Like, I came here for you. I want to like just talk to you. Like, gave him a hug, kissed him. He kissed me back, and then like we walked out of the room together. You know what I mean?
And then she posted a lot of TikToks trying to explain herself, but those have since been deleted as well and kind of wiped away. Both have gone on to keep posting on social medias, but of course they're no longer friends. Genuinely, I don't know what to think about this whole situation. There was a lot of back and forth, so I tried to keep this in as chronological of an order that I could for you guys. I've got a lot of the videos that I used to help me make this video linked down below, but of course neither Sienna or Jack are friends anymore. They've both kept pretty successful careers. Sienna May does still actually get a lot of hate, but she still has got a large following. So I don't know. That's pretty much the situation in a kind of slowed, in a short form video for you guys. If you have more that you feel like I just sort of glazed over or that I missed, more information, definitely link it. Oh my gosh. Put it in the description box. Oh my gosh, I can't freaking talk. If you feel like I glossed over anything or there's information that I just maybe left out, definitely comment it down below. But that is it for me today. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please be sure to give it a thumbs up down below. Don't forget to leave a comment. And if you would like to, hit the big red subscribe button if you want. If you don't want to, you don't have to. Thanks for hanging out with me and for watching this video. And I hope that you guys have a wonderful rest of your day. Bye, guys.